For some reason, my internet just blipped out, and we had to restart the box and all of that jazz. So evidently, you know, um, it wasn't meant for me to come and talk to y'all while I was in the bathtub, which is all good. But this gives me the opportunity to give you guys some December 10th musings, okay? So, numbers is what I want to first talk to you guys about, and how numbers connect us with our ancestors. Numbers connect us with certain energies, which is why I love the tarot so much, because it is a science. It is a science that is based upon numbers and logic and spirit. That's why you've got earth, air, fire, water, and spirit in the tarot, and, so on and so forth. So every month, especially when you feel like you got some things that you need to improve upon, I know that for me, I do. Number one is getting my body healthy. And I am like actually very happy with the results of the yoga that I've been doing. And then I've also been doing calisthenics. And I've also been doing some crunches um, and some squats. And boy, I tell you, that yoga wakes up muscles that haven't been worked in a while. So yoga, wow, it is very kind of, I guess, slow. It's low impact is what I want to say. Yoga is low impact. It still has a very big impact on your body. So I'm definitely, in fact, even though it's very, very early in the morning, I am still going to do my little 15-minute bedtime yoga that I like to do. And it's actually helped a whole lot, as far as getting myself in shape. I've noticed an improvement in my allergies, but that could also be because of all these supplements that I'm taking now. Um, and so, I've been working on spells on myself. That's typically what weight loss spells will do. Weight loss spells will force you to, like, I don't know what it is about those weight loss spells. Like, I do a weight loss spell or either a spell to get myself in shape, and then all of a sudden my energy just increases. So weight loss spells are extremely good, and you guys should try them, okay? I don't have it up on the website because I don't have everything up there that I offer, but I do offer weight loss spells, okay? Because I have lost probably about 5 to 10 pounds. And I'm planning on doing a body shot tomorrow, actually. Actually today, later on today. So lost about maybe 5 or 10 pounds. I don't have a scale, which I want to get a scale because I think a scale would definitely help me, especially if I see the number on it. I'll be like, so I'm really curious as to what I actually weigh, which will be very interesting. So anyway, the 10th of the month is a very powerful time. If you didn't catch it at the first of the month, this is a very powerful time for you to um, end negative associations, for you to close out certain cycles, especially if it's certain things that you don't like, or certain people that you don't like, or certain things that you don't like. Anything in the world, like, because you don't always have to just go by new moon, full moon, you know. When the moon is waxing, that's actually very, very powerful. Okay, so even when the moon is waxing, you can create a lot of changes. Money manifestation should be at its highest right now, which I'm sure that it is, but to some people it's not because they don't really know anything about this. So the number 10 is the number of a completed cycle. It is also the number of completion. Okay, so for example, there's work that you can do to, if you want to just feel complete and whole as a person, whether or not you're single, whether or not you're with somebody, if you want to start manifesting that completion in your life, the 10th of the month is extremely powerful. And then it is also landing on a Friday. So, that is the type of work that I would be doing today. I would be doing the work directly on self. If it involves other people, try not to do things that are too karmically damaging. I can tell you and admit during Yule time season that I have lashed out way too much before. And I know the reason why I was lashing out is because I was lashing out of fear of what someone could do. I will admit to that. Okay. And so I've lashed out and I've said, hey, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to hex you. And I've even done curses that I shouldn't have done. And any curses that I've done that I shouldn't have done, I've reversed them and sent them where they need to go. So I think that being a witch is a huge responsibility. And I think it's important to be your own worst critic. Okay, so sometimes we do things as witches, sometimes out of ignorance. Witches make mistakes too. Sometimes we do things out of ignorance, and when we could have done something else that would have been beneficial to the situation, but instead we went in anger and did certain things. So, I've got my little notepad and pen. When I get off of here, I'm going to be doing some journaling and some daily affirmations for every day this week. Of course, you can do those things, but it is important to remove hexes and curses that other people or bindings that people put on you. Okay, a binding is a hex, and most of us witches are being binded by people that are afraid of witchcraft. So they're always trying to bind us in the churches. And then in turn, we sense this, or spirits come and tell us, and then we react the way that we do. So, because I think that everybody should have freedom of thought, freedom of religion, freedom of spirituality. People should be allowed to choose, what they want to do with their spirit. So, it is what it is, respectfully. I think people should do it respectfully. And of course, people don't always do it respectfully. So to me, this feels like my new moon, um, personally. And drawing off of the energies is very, very powerful. The number 10 is very powerful for me because I was born at 10:10 in the morning. So, I think that doing work to end cycles is very important. Endings are important. They are, because if you can't have an ending, you can never have a new beginning. And so you can end negative cycles in your relationships with people. You know, sorry, y'all. My allergies have just been, I've been sneezing today. Oh, real something bad. And so your focus today you don't have to do what I tell you to do, but I know that for me, that is my focus for the 10th of the month. Now, The 11th is going to be powerful for road openers, door openers, okay? Because on the 11th, there's portals. Then on the 12th, it's really good for growth. You just have to know what those numbers mean, and those numbers can mean something totally different to different people. Okay, so I personally draw my cards every day. I don't obsessively check up on people. I draw my cards for me, and I will be doing some readings tomorrow morning. In fact, I need to get off of here so that I can do my yoga, my little 10 minutes of bedtime yoga, and then that way I can get up in the morning because I want to be up at 10:10 in the morning. Hopefully I won't oversleep. um, yeah, it can really, really change a lot about your circumstances, and it's really, really helpful. I know that one thing I can tell you is that stress is a killer. So any situation that may be causing you unnecessary stress, like if you're having issues with your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, those are things that you can't just walk away from. But if it's something that you can walk away from, it's probably best for you to do it. Even though people may be cool, calm, and collect during certain situations, it still doesn't mean that you're not internalizing, a negative person's stress. Doesn't mean that. So, as for me and my family, that's what I'm focused on. Okay. And I don't know. I think it's important to release and let go, instead of holding on to stuff that doesn't serve anybody's purpose, let alone your own. Um, I did a considerable amount of letting go on the 1st of December, letting go of things and people from the past that are dead weight, letting go of dead weight. Um, Things that you don't need anymore. Okay, releasing yourself from it all. Just and doing the release has become harder and harder for some people. And so that's why you got to get you some rosemary, because rosemary will help to give you clarity. So I've got all kinds of stuff lined up for y'all this weekend, especially when it comes to herbs, especially when it comes to how to work with herbs. I'm excited because I'm going to be making me a hex breaking oil. And I really, really need to work on oils because I actually bought my grapeseed oil, my carrier oil. I have that and olive oil. And I still haven't made any oils. So I'm going to take some time to make some oils. I want to make some hex breaking oil, and I'm going to make me some more money oil. I have found that making your own money oil is so beneficial. It is so much more powerful than, or either just buying homemade oil from like a witch that you trust and that you know the stuff works. So, you know, um, so today's gonna be a good day, and I think the main thing for me is being disciplined, staying away from the drama and, people that are not on the same path as me, people that refuse to heal themselves, people that are not similar to me spiritually. Even if somebody is a spiritualist, doesn't mean that they are the same type of spiritualist that I am. And, because all witches are not created equal. They're not, we're all very different, and it's okay to be different. Uranus tells us that it's okay to be different, that you don't have to go along with the crowd. And so, I'll be in meditation all day today. And Kali Ma, I love you so much, Kali Ma. She helped bring about this transformation in me. She helped so much. So I just cannot wait. You guys are going to love this little talk as soon as y'all get up and see it. A lot of y'all probably sleeping. Um, anyway, Kali Ma really, really, really helped me with this transformation. And I can already feel the change happening. And it feels so good to know that everything is going to be okay and that everybody is protected. And then, of course, as far as the circle is concerned, I have not heard from anybody in the circle, which is a good thing. Whenever I don't hear from people in the circle, that means that thumbs up. Okay. Um, Actually, I probably will hear from some people in the circle. And then I think I'm going to have a couple of people join the circle too. So that's going to be interesting. But um, being a spiritualist can be a scary experience sometimes, but you have to get past your fear. Because especially if this is your calling, this has been my calling in life. This right here, what I am doing, is absolutely my calling. I wouldn't want to do anything else. And you know how I know that? Because growing up, there was always this thing with people that I know. And, people would always come to me for advice, but then they would kind of bark at me about the advice and say, oh, well, you're not good at giving advice anyway. And I just remember that. And I remember this thing, it was just this thing to where it was like people would want my advice, but then when I would give them the advice, they would disagree with it, even though it would be very good advice. And then I would hear, and then when I would give them the advice, they would just ignore what I say, but they would repeat the same exact thing back to me. It's so weird. And it's like, wait a minute, you just asked me for the advice when I told you that you disagreed with me, but then you regurgitated it and spoke it back to me as if it were your idea. Okay, fine. Have it, own it. But it was always this thing growing up to where I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt like people were not listening to me. And, for me to end up doing this and for this to be something that God called me to do, it's like an oxymoron, and it's so cool. So, so I really, really do love my audience. I want to grow my audience. Absolutely. But as far as for the purpose that I'm doing this for, I run a small company, small business. I don't need an overwhelming amount of people coming to me. I am very sensitive. So, I'm good with the way that things are going. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of people that'll be like, oh, well, your views are low and da 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 da. And so here's another thing that I'm doing. I'm expanding because I'm going to be doing some lives on Bigo as well. And so I probably should have did this on Bigo and then uploaded it to here, but I'm not exactly dressed for the occasion. But I am going to start doing Bigo more. And I do have another channel that I upload to. Um, as far as Instagram, my Instagram just doesn't seem to get very many live viewers, but people watch the playback, which is so bizarre. I personally think that it is my spirits protecting me. That's really what I think it is. I don't know why, but so that's just like it hasn't been that many people in here, but then when I close it out, it'll say that it was 50 people watching or 60 people watching. It's so weird. So anyway, so make sure that when y'all do watch the playback that y'all hit the thumbs up, and I will see you guys later in the morning, actually. And it's a couple of videos that are going up about herbs and stuff that I'm going to be putting up. Some herbs and how to use them and what they're good for. And then I may even show y'all how I make my hex breaking oil or my curse breaking oil. So, because I found a whole bunch of herbs in a box that I had put in a box and I just put it away in the closet. And I was like, hey, I was looking for that. And it was just like, because I found like a whole goo gob of nettles. And nettle is so powerful in hex breaking. Like if you're going to make a very powerful hex breaking oil, you need to put some nettle leaf in it, among other herbs. But yeah, so I've got plenty of carrier oils. So I'll be making oils today. And then also, people have been mentioning making bath soaps. And then also I want to make um, bath bombs with herbs inside of them for people. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research on that and just really focusing on wellness and health and beauty, and then also my craft and not being distracted by anything, because I don't like to be distracted by things that are lower vibrational. I think that if you were to actually listen to my advice and take it, that you would realize that it's very good advice for you to start to discipline your mind and start to discipline your brain, against that kind of obsessive compulsive thing to where it's like, oh, what's going on right here? What's going on right here? Well, you know what? I can tell you that that's not good for you. It's not. Literally take a long-term sabbatical from those things. I know that for me, it's going to be permanent sabbatical away from negative associations and just negative channels on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Um, unless it's directly related to me or I can dig it. If I can't dig it, then I'm not going to watch you. It's just, that's over. I'm not going to be watching people that I don't like. I'm not going to be watching things like that. No, no, no. I want to focus on yoga. Like I said, I've lost a considerable amount of weight. I've been doing crunches. I've been doing squats. I've been, just really recharging myself because, I was suffering from a B12 deficiency. I know I was. And because I feel totally different since I started taking my B complexes and then also iron pills. And I've been making sure that I've been taking that. Even though they say supplements are bad, I'm still going to take them. They're doing my body good. And so I'm just not going to listen to that advice. I'm going to be focusing on the health and the wellness on this channel. I'm going to be focusing on making soaps, making candles, making the herbal bath bombs. And then also today, like I said, I'm going to be making some oils. Every day I think of something different and something new and something creative that can help people. And this has got to be my focus. And being able to stay focused is so important because you'll find that you just will get so much done. Like so many of those projects that you want to complete. Okay. And if you don't have any projects like what I'm talking about, it's time for you to get some. Time for you to get some projects. Not doing nothing negative to somebody. Like I said, Kali Ma bought on this transformation. She has been so amazing. Yesterday, all day, Kali Ma was just so amazing for me. She is the goddess of transformation, though. She's also the goddess of destruction. Destruction doesn't mean something bad all the time. Sometimes things do need to be destroyed. Systems, associations, connections, they need to be. Certain things that may be in your frame of mind, those things need to be possibly destroyed or deconstructed. Okay, so today's going to be a very powerful day. I want you guys to really, really get into the days of the week. And then also, I'm going to show you guys a very powerful way of doing journaling, especially when it comes to my clients. Like, I really, really want my clients, old, new, and future clients, to really pay attention to the things that I talk about on this channel. And I want it to be helpful. I want it to be useful. Maybe we were going through some of those things because we needed to on this channel. Now the focus is going to totally shift to things that are going to serve you well. For example, advice for my clients is to do certain journaling in advance, which can also be affirmations. Like, for example, today is the 10th. I want to end all negative cycles. I want to bring completion to my life. I want to complete out that negative cycle and start anew, because when you break down the number 10 in numerology, it breaks down to the number 1. Okay. Then on the 11th, so on the 11th, which is Saturday, the portals are going to be open, ending negative associations that put all kind of negative subconscious blockages in your head. It's going to be very powerful to do. And then on the 11th, portals are going to be open. Portals that you want to open, doors are going to be open. The 11th, the number 11, and then number 12 can be the growth. The 13th can be stability. The 14th can be, recharging yourself. And then, this can be a day where you recharge all of those energies. And so, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do, you need to come up with your own individualized plan. And it's going to be really, really powerful. I want to revamp the channel to where, things are energetically better. I refuse. And Kali Ma has said it. She said, we are refusing to allow negativity to affect your channel. So the blacklisting that has been done to this channel is going to be lifted. Then also, like I said, I am going to start doing some Bigo as well. I'm going to start expanding. That'll probably be in a couple of days, probably on the 12th. So, and so what I want to do and what I'm about to do with my little journal is I am going to write down the days of this month, write down the intent, and then set a goal for that day. So, for example, on the 12th, I want to start in more, two different social media networks. It's so weird. Every single time I start a Twitter, somebody tries to hack into it. It's so bizarre. Like, y'all, I just don't get it. And I know how to get a whole bunch of Twitter followers. I know how to do it. It's very easy to do it. And so, every single time I start a Twitter, it's almost like somebody wants to mess with it. It's so weird. And, you know, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I'd like to start a Twitter and then also start doing more on Bigo, because I do have followers on Bigo. I actually downloaded the app to my phone. And so, that is going to be a goal that I'm going to do this weekend. And just keeping my mind completely focused off of things that do not serve my spiritual purpose, my spiritual calling, my physical purpose, my divine purpose. Just not doing it anymore. Because when you realize it, because I had gotten to a point, and you know what I'm going to do, guys? There was a very powerful day that I had. It was very powerful. It was shortly after I moved into this house. And it was the day that I watched the Gabriel Fernandez story on Netflix. And I would like to go back to that day. So I want to watch that story again, because Gabriel, even though he was a child, he's like a guardian angel for me, so to speak. And he hovered. I swear to y'all, Gabriel Fernandez, he hangs around me a lot. And he's been doing it for since I was pregnant with Jacob. And I didn't even realize it until last year when I moved in here. I had so many different, just so many spiritual discoveries that were so healing. And I never forget the way that it made me feel, even though I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I cried so much. I cried my eyes out. And I never forget Jacob had came upstairs and we both was actually watching that documentary. And Jacob had calmed down a whole lot. And he was just, he came up here, he fell asleep. And so, Gabriel, his spirit is still with me. And I like it. I like that. I like that, Gabriel, because he's asked me so many times, can you be my mommy? Gabriel's spirit has not moved on. I don't know what it was about me, why he specifically connected with me. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I need to go and get a reading. Even though I'm a reader, I like to go and get readings from readers. And I haven't been able to do that. But I actually like to support other readers by going and getting readings through them. So I want to do that because I want to know why. Because he's never really answered why he connected with me, but he did. And I think one of the reasons why is probably because I'm a medium. And so he knew that I would be able to pick up on him. I wasn't actually able to pick up on Gabriel's spirit until 2018 was when I initially started discovering, and it was scary at first. I'm not even going to lie, but as soon as I realized who it was and what was going on, you know, there's certain things that I try to keep up with him, like his birthday, and stuff like that. And I would like to go and visit his plot at the cemetery. I would like to go do that one day. So, hold on, guys, because I'm starting to hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah. And so those are the things that I want to focus on because I do have certain spirits that do follow me. And if and you know what? Ask any medium. I have a spirit that loves apple cider vinegar. And this spirit has been following me for the past 3 years. It happens. It happens. And when you make the offerings to these spirits, they will reward you. But see, they will communicate with you sometimes through your kids, especially if you got witchy kids that are mediums. They'll start to communicate with you and they'll start to let you know, hey, I'm getting impatient because I am here and you're not making me any offerings. And it's not that you have to, it's not a bad thing. It's just that, those are spirit attachments that are there for a reason. And more than likely, it's for your protection and healing. Gabriel's spirit is very healing for me, very healing. He does not do anything to cause any harm to me. In fact, he is like a guardian for some, like it's very strange. And so I don't know, like some of the spirits, like especially when I was a child, I was a medium, and there were certain spirits that were with me as a child that are not with me anymore. Like for example, my auntie's son. He was around me up until about the age of 15 or 16. And he actually moved on because I was very close to him. I was there when he passed away. So I learned about death at a very young age. Um, and so I haven't felt his spirit around me. I kind of wanted to do a seance and bring his spirit through. Seances are very powerful, especially when certain spirits may have gotten lost in translation, because I know for a fact that my aunt's son was very protective of me. And so I've been talking to people about getting those seances and stuff, connecting with your people, connecting with certain ancestors that will protect you and do certain things for you. So, it's a lot that we can talk about that we have not been talking about on this channel. And I'm not having it no more, and so you guys can rest assured that a lot of the information that you guys want and need is coming, because Infinite Vibes was actually asking me about ancestor veneration. So I'm going to talk about that stuff. We're going to, in fact, I was supposed to be doing a poll, but I'm just going to do a post, and I'm going to ask you guys for you to let me know what you want to see on the channel, just suggestions, and then I will do those suggestions. Okay. And that's for those of you that are into the spiritual stuff. As far as the drama, we cutting that way down. So maybe I can be an inspiration to you guys that really, because when you've dealt with some drama, say that I'm not telling the truth, that when you're done with it, you just kind of feel like face palming yourself, like, God, why did I do that? Why did I get involved with that? I could have been doing something else. You know what I'm saying? I could have been doing something amazing. I could have been, just laughing and having fun and just, making somebody feel good and just, so that's where we're going to go to on this channel, and then as well as all of my channels. Um, like I said, I do have another channel that I've got to work on growing, but I'm gonna turn things around on this channel. And it's all it takes is search engine optimization. You just And Fiverr is going to be your best friend when it comes to growing your YouTube channels. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. So, today's the 10th. Keep that in mind. Look up the number 10, look up the number 1, look up the number 0. 0 is also a number. And, we're going to end those negative cycles and step into something better. And so, like for me, I want to discipline myself on self control. Self control meaning not letting anybody else control me, uh, control of self, not responding to negativity, and then also, I want to work on a protection oil as well today. So, because it takes me probably about maybe 20 minutes to make an oil. It don't take that long to make an oil. So, I'm gonna be working on that because I am very sensitive. I can hear things from miles away. And I don't always like that. I don't really like that because there's some things that I feel like, and like I said, my goddess Kali Ma is going to be pivotal in my protection. In fact, I'm going to get another statuette of hers, but the Lakshmi statuette that I have can actually be Kali Ma as well, because both of them are considered to be Durga, which is, also the triple goddess. So, so you can actually use a Lakshmi statue to represent Kali Ma. And so I've been doing that and meditating and just, asking Kali Ma, because I want this transformation in my life so bad, so that you can get back to, I mean, when you think about when you were just functioning and vibing so high, and, it just, and then you just kind of got off on the wrong, things. And so, and that's one of the reasons why I love Kali Ma, because she is always on time. Because she actually came to me today, and you could tell it was her because she definitely turned some situations around completely. I love her so much, and so yeah, I got to give her offerings. Kali Ma likes chocolate. She likes red wine. She likes Twizzlers. Um, she likes chocolate cake. She likes like a lot of, but you can make offerings of just about anything to her. And so I'll be doing a lot of veneration. I've got to venerate. I got to feed a couple of other deities that I do work with, such as Yemiya, and then also Lord Ganesha, you know. But Kali Ma is gonna really, really be my main squeeze as far as like with goddess work because she's just really, really powerful and very. She delivers on her promises all the time. She does. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go. I hope I was able to inspire some people and hit that thumbs up for the change. And I'll see y'all later on. Okay, because I got some reading scheduled for y'all for later today. Okay. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace and love to you guys. Blessings. And I'm out. Okay. Bye.